Om Yogis, welcome to Bridge the Gap Yoga Online, and these are our supplemental videos to assist you and support you in your home practice. Today we have Jaden demonstrating the Maha Mudra Asana Vinyasa combination. He'll be using 4 breaths Vinyasa and 4 breaths static, and I'll let him begin his process here. He's demonstrating the first 2 breaths are the softer variation, and the second 2 breaths will be stronger as far as the vinyasa goes. And as he's doing this practice, I'll be discussing a little bit about it. And so always remembering our 5 principles are employed, encompassing our movement and our breath. Principle 3. Principle 1, inhale above, exhale below. Principle 2, breath movement is body movement. Feel the whole body is breathing, all the way from the toe tips to the fingertips. And especially when we transition to the stronger variation, we want to keep the wrists alive, we want to keep the ankle alive, really lengthen the body. From the base of the hips past the fingertips. And so even Jaden's left hip and the left knee is kind of reaching away from his pelvis. So we're spreading the hips here. This is a very active and strong vinyasa if we do it properly. So Jaden's established his breath ratio, his pattern of breathing during his vinyasa. This is our 5th principle. And so when he transitions to the static 4 breaths, he has a ratio that he can rely on, which keeps us in integrity with the asana, keeps us in full participation. In Maha Mudra, it means great seal. Maha means great, Mudra is a seal. And so capping the big toe, like he's demonstrating, helps provide this seal of energy, and we want to feel like the body and the spine are contained. And so can we keep the breath contained in this shape? And that will actually lend itself really well to any breathing practices that we do after this, which is a good transition into our seated practices if we're doing any seated practices. And so we really like Maha Mudra just to feel the current of energy up and down the spine. Jaden's transitioning now. He's going to take a moment in between. Remember, there's no rush. We're really trying to eliminate the need to be in a hurry. And practicing in these ways really helps us with that. So he's setting up for the other side. It'll be the exact same, only now his left leg is extended and his right leg is in. We like to bring the right heel, or whatever heel we're using that's folded in, we like to bring that into the perineum. And having the heel pressing the perineum acts itself like a mudra, acts itself like a seal. And Jaden's also demonstrating bandha through the throat lock. He's tucking his chin. He'll also be pulling in the navel as the first principle instructs, exhaling from below, pulling belly towards spine. This activates Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock. And of course he's just taking his time in the transitions, feeling the melt of the breath as the breath decelerates. So as he's coming up, the breath decelerates into the pause, and then it starts the exhale and waves down, and it accelerates before decelerating again into the pause. And really he's just feeling more of his body. He's trying to participate more with this experience, with his whole body, noticing if there's anywhere that he can inhabit more space. It's a good cue, trying to inhabit more space with the breath. And now he's capping the big toe. And he's continuing with his breath pattern that was established during his vinyasa. Just noticing the 4 parts to each breath. Really setting up a container for a meditative experience, for a yoga experience. An experience of centeredness, of presence, of oneness. Right, where he's in just full participation with and interaction with the force of life, which is breath. Noticing if there's any urgency, trying to relax from that urgency, softening away. Allowing the breath to be a gentle pulse in his body. And it's just moving his body here. There's this natural responsiveness in the body to the breath, increasing the sensitivity. And after we've done 4 breaths static, Jaden will do a slow transition to a seated posture, and this is just to show how we can easily set up into a seated breathing practice, which can come next after Maha Mudra, or we might choose just to sit for a few minutes and really enjoy the blissful experiences of a body that's now calm and centered and rested. And that's really the gift that our correctly applied yoga process will offer us, is we don't need to try to meditate. If we do Maha Mudra correctly and really focus on the principles of practice the way they're designed, then when we end up in our seated posture, we actually are naturally drawn to it. There's a magnetism here. So maybe we can try that and just see. And so this concludes our Asana Vinyasa portion with Maha Mudra. We thank you so much for tuning in, for employing these 5 principles of practice in your yoga experience. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Om Yogis. Namaste.